Hello, hello. Bl'Artagnan here with Around the Fire, Gladio's Lost Chapter Lufenia. We're bringing a team of Garland, Strago, and Ashe. This fight gave me actually quite a bit of trouble in terms of getting the turn order right and figuring out the team I wanted to use, so I'm glad I was able to finally do the damn thing. You can see here I had to do some jiggery pokery to get around the initial orb phase, including using a Garland LD that hit for 1, so that sucked. Oh yeah, before we begin, please be sure to like the video, hit subscribe if you haven't already. It does help me out quite a bit, and I really appreciate it. Also, you can check out myself, Type Zoe, and Raw Life on the live stream on Monday at 8:30 on Raw Life's Twitch channel. I'll link that in the description. But we'll look forward to seeing you in there. We'll be talking DFFOO, playing some DFFOO, maybe some non-DFFOO stuff. It'll be a good time. Look forward to seeing you. So this fight, selling Sabin, who I did pull, and I'll probably try using here after this. It's a bit of a pain I found as far as delay fights go, because it had a couple of things it requires. It requires you to delay them while hitting weakness damage, which requires some imperiling since they don't naturally have any sort of weakness built in, and it requires, of course, some kind of constant delay unit, like a Garland, like a Cypher, like Sabin, for instance. So we're going to play a bit of a keep-away game here, using Ashe's LD attacks, Garland's delays, and Strago's rebreaks. The bosses also feature absurdly high defense at points during the fight. In the beginning, at 69% and at 39%, they gain a bunch of Brave, cut off, remove your battery, and they don't hit ones in the traditional sense where they actually gain 99, 1,000, whatever percent Brave resistance. They just gain a bunch of defense. It's selling Sabin's defense piercing, of course. Kind of an inelegant way to do so, in my opinion, personally, but it is something you can overcome with enough defense down. And you kind of have to, because they are immune to instant break, though not to gravity. I'm sure Bart's works pretty well here. Edward, not so much, because they actually need to be able to gain the Brave in order for you to re-break them and cancel the battery thing. So, speaking of ways to get around their Brave gain and defense up, bring in Sephiroth Friend for his burst effect. Because it turns out another great way to keep these guys from attacking you is to just go ahead and break them every turn. Just keep on pushing them back. We've set up the perfect Garland burst phase here, opening with a round edge for free off the LD, which means we're going to get to round edge 3 times during the course of this, and that's just tremendous. You'll love to see it. Needless to say, we're not going to be seeing their turns coming back anytime soon. Not too much to say right here, but yeah, this fight actually ended up giving me a lot of trouble once I figured out the team I wanted to use here, because I was trying to get Ashe to go first, and I think I literally reset the fight about 100 times, if the number of files I had to delete over the course of recording or any evidence, just to get the turn order right. And in the end, as you saw, we ended up not using Ashe in the beginning. We just used Kurosami Call and wasted a Garland LD just to push them back and get the orb up. So I'm a little bit frustrated by that. This game has a lot of RNG in it, insofar as the gacha component, pulling characters, and the fact that starting order is another random component, it seems kind of pointless to me. I'm a little bit frustrated by it. Obviously, most runs don't really care who, the starting order your team has, but every so often a run can kind of rely on it, and especially if you're trying to do something a little more unusual. Granted, I don't think Garland or Ashe are particularly unusual for this fight, so maybe this isn't a great example. Anyway, that's just a little bit of soapboxing. To peek behind the curtain, I was in traffic for 3 hours today, so I'm feeling a little short-tempered. Luckily, I'm feeling extremely at peace, thanks to my Sabin pulls, which you can go check out. I was feeling very tranquil, very zen by the end of that, and I might go rewatch that just to kind of reacquire that sense of peace, of inner balance. Using Sephiroth, as you'll see there, though, order I used with Sephiroth was burst 3 LDs, avoiding his other skills because I didn't want to give him stacks of Genova, which would have boosted his speed and make him leave sooner. I ended with Fervent Blow to max those stacks in hopes that he would sneak out here a turn or so sooner, since he's not really contributing anything, just standing there now. Didn't, but that was the thought process behind it. Now for Strago to contribute. I had blued Strago and haven't gotten too many chances to use him, just because I've been kind of busy using other characters, but I'm glad he's still putting in work. I'm going to try to use him a bit more, because my god, it's fun to do this. And that's like, I think that's the weakest of the 3 moves that he usually uses. That powerful old man energy. You'll have to see it. So anyway, as you can see, we've kind of, thanks to Sephiroth friend showing up during a Garland burst phase, the enemy's turns have kind of vanished, and it's not super likely we'll be seeing them ever again. But, I'm holding off on the summon for now, because I've noticed every so often, mostly with the divine summons, weird things happen when you summon in terms of, like, a bunch of turns you had before the boss is going suddenly disappearing, or weird things like that, and so I figured, you know what, be on the safe side, let's get as far as we can along before summoning, and you know, once we're sure we can close it out and push them back during the summon and stuff, because we don't really, we're not really losing anything waiting at that point. Like, you know, as far as turn count goes, like, we're less than halfway through the turn count. We can afford to cut it close there. We haven't even used all of our Grand Deltas. We should definitely fix that. Boom. Satisfying. Here's a question for you. Here's a fun little trivia bit I'm going to ask you. What's your favorite button to press in the game? Like, what skill always just kind of fills you with a sense of joy or excitement whenever you get to use it? Because all of Strago's skills kind of have that for me. Well, maybe not Brave to Death, but there's some very satisfying skills in this game. What's the skill that you always find yourself coming back to in terms of being like, whoa, that feels good. What a rush, you know? Anyway, I look forward to seeing what you have to say about that. In any case, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And, yeah, be cool. Adios.